Prime Minister Modi commands full operational freedom. New Delhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserted on Tuesday that the armed forces have complete operational freedom to decide on the mode, targets and timing of India's response to the Pahalgam terror attack. As he chaired a meeting with the top defense establishment during the high-level meeting, which was attended by Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, and the Chiefs of Civil Services. Modi affirmed that it is the national resolve to deal a crushing blow to terrorism. Government sources said Modi expressed complete faith and confidence in the professional abilities of the armed forces. Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan was also part of the meeting, which was held amid India weighing its options for countermeasures following the Pahalgam terror attack, which left at least 26 civilians, mostly tourist deaths. The meeting came a day ahead of Prime Minister Modi on Wednesday, scheduled to take stock of preparedness at Cabinet Committee on Security. He had earlier shared CCS meeting there last week, and slew of measures like keeping Indus Water Treaty in abeyance and suspending visas of Pakistani nationals were announced. Union Home Secretary Govind Mohan, meanwhile, on Tuesday chaired a high-level meeting which was attended by chiefs of sea paramilitary forces and senior officers of two other security organizations. It was burnt. The government on Tuesday also blocked Pakistan Defense Minister Wajah Asif's social media account following the terror incident. Asif, in a recent TV interview, admitted to Pakistan's history of supporting and funding terrorist organizations. As regards Home Secretary's meeting, Director General of Border Security Force Vijay Singh Chauhan, DG of National Security Guards, DG of the Assam Rifles Lieutenant General Vikas Lakhira attended it. Sources said an unholy national Supreme Court ordered CJ probe against builders. Canada swept by Liberals, India being cautious. Modi congratulates Canadian Prime Minister. From New Delhi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday congratulated Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney on the victory of his Liberal Party in federal elections, and said he was looking forward to strengthening bilateral ties and unlocking greater opportunities for people of the two nations. Kame, an economist and political newcomer, led the Liberal Party to its remarkable victory in elections held under the shadow of US President Donald Trump's tariff clash. It is the Liberal Party's fourth victory since 2015, though its race against the Conservative Party was much tighter than anticipated by the opinion polls. Terror, fear shuts tourist spots in Valley. The joint team of security forces has intensified anti-terror operations to hunt down the perpetrators behind the horrific killing of 26 tourists in the Balshan Valley of Pahalgam. Cabinet approves bill to regulate fee hike. India slammed Pakistan support for terrorism at UN. India shared the open confession of Pakistan Defence Minister Khwaja Asif, admitting to his country's history of supporting and funding terrorist organizations, exposes Pakistan as a rogue state fueling global terrorism and destabilizing the region. India's deputy permanent representative to the UN, Ambassador Yojana Patel, delivered a strong right of reply at the hybrid launch event for the victims of terrorism association network of the UN Office of Counter-Terrorism were here Monday when Pakistan delegate made a reference to the Pahalgam terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir. What's wrong if country using spyware against terrorists? The Supreme Court on Tuesday observed that what was wrong in using the spyware against terrorists and said any report to trust upon a country's security and sovereignty wouldn't be made public. Punjab CM refuses to release extra water, cites state's scarcity and Haryana's overuse. Bhagwant Man's statement on water distribution shocking, says Haryana CM. From news from Chandigarh, Haryana Chief Minister Nab Singh Saini has termed the statement made by Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann regarding water distribution as shocking. In a statement, he said that on April 28, he personally spoke to the Punjab Chief Minister over the phone and informed him that the Technical Committee of Bhakra Vyas Management Board has decided to release water to Punjab, Haryana, Delhi and Rajasthan on April 23. However, officials from Punjab were showing reluctance in implementing this decision. On that day, Mann gave a clear assurance that he would immediately instruct his officials to ensure its implementation by the next morning, said Saini. The Chief Minister further stated that when by 2 p.m. the next day, April 27, Punjab government officials had done nothing and even stopped responding to calls from the Haryana government officials, he wrote a letter to the Punjab CM to apprise him about the facts. Saini said he is astonished that instead of responding to his letter, even after 48 hours, the Punjab Chief Minister released a video in an attempt to mislead the public by disregarding the facts and polishing his political image in Punjab. The Haryana CM strongly refuted Mann's claim that Punjab or the Bhakra Vyas Management Board had not maintained records of water distribution in the past. He called the statement completely baseless and false. He emphasized that every single drop of water is meticulously counted for not just by BBMB but also by the governments of Rajasthan, Punjab, Delhi and Haryana and 4 times. He further pointed out the contribution contradiction in Man's statement in which he is accusing a previous Punjab government of failing to maintain data. It seems that Bhagwant Mann conveniently ignored the fact that during the year 2022, 23 and 24, Haryana constantly received not less than 9,000 causes cusecs of water at a contact point. During the months of April, May and June, Shani the Chief Minister further clarified that the water released by BBMB and the HCP includes 500 cusecs for Delhi drinking water, 800 cusecs for Rajasthan, and 400 cusecs for Punjab itself. The actual quantity of water received by Haryana remains only 6,800 cusecs liter. Shani said that the Punjab Chief Minister seems to have forgotten that in the months of April and May, paddy cultivation is not carried out in either Punjab or Haryana, as it is legally prohibited during these 2 months. The water released by BBMS, is solely for drinking purpose. He further pointed out that while Mann mentioned low water levels in Pong Energy Sagar Dam, he did not address the structures. He did not address the status of Bhakra Dam, from which Haryana received its water not from Pong or Sagar. The demand from states fluctuates every 15 days. It is decided by a technical committee. Over the past week, Haryana has received only 4,000 cusecs of water, which is roughly 60% of its total demand. He added that the Punjab Chief Minister is fully aware that the water released from the dam in May is meant for drinking use by Punjab, Haryana, Delhi and Rajasthan. Of the water that reaches the HCP point during May, 800 cusecs is allocated to Rajasthan, 400 cusecs to Punjab and 500 cusecs to Delhi. When the Aam Aadmi Party was in power in Delhi, it raised no objection over Delhi's water share. However, now that AAP has lost the Delhi elections, the Punjab Chief Minister such statements to punish the people of Delhi, said. The Haryana CM also admitted the Haryana CM also The Haryana CM also dismissed Punjab's claim that Haryana had invested its water share in March as compared to this list. Immediately, Haryana has not yet received its full share. If BBMB were to provide the remaining water as per Haryana's demand, it would amount to just 0.1% of the water stored in Bhakra Dam. The figure so small it would have no impact on water. It would have no impact on rivers. Can you emphasize that it is essential to empty water reservoirs before June in order to store rainwater during the monsoon season? If the reservoir is not cleared in time, excess water will flow to Pakistan via Goutam. This is neither in the interest of Punjab nor the nation. He appealed to the Punjab government to rise about another minded approach and cooperate in the national interest by ensuring Haryana receives its fair share of water. This step would not only enhance interstate harmony but also ensure proper utilization of water resources research. The oxygen utilizes to release extra water fights state scarcity and Haryana's release. CM facilitates 64 candidates from Haryana to clear seal sector exam. This news from Chandigarh. Haryana Chief Minister Narsingh Saini on Tuesday facilitated 64 candidates from Haryana who successfully cleared the civil service examination 2024 conducted by the UPSC at an event held at its official residence, and expressed hope that these bright minds would contribute to realizing Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of making India a developed nation by 2047. You all are the foundation and perseverance of our developed India. The nation has high expectations of you. I'm confident that through your service in every corner of the country, you will not only strengthen the spirit of unity in diversity, but also bring glory to Haryana, and he told them. He asked them never forget their values and roots, and wherever they shall establish a legacy of success through their competence and integrity. And claimed that prior to 2014, youth in Haryana had to make rounds of the offices of MLAs and ministers to secure government jobs. However, after 2014, the state government implemented the mission merit policy and established a transparent system of recruitment, providing government jobs without favoritism or bribe. Since then, young aspirants have been preparing through coaching centers and successfully entering government services. The state government has provided over 1.75 lakh government jobs based on merit and transparency. He added that in the last 10 years, even the smallest villages in the Haryana have seen 5 to 6 youths securing government jobs, while in largest villages, this number ranges from 350 to 400, he said. Earlier speaking on the occasion, Haryana Chief Secretary Anurag Rastogi asked the candidates to draw lessons from every chapter of the epic Mahabharata. He emphasized that the Gita teaches the message of selfless action and that one's duty should always aim at the welfare of others. He expressed confidence that the candidates would follow this principle and dedicate their future services to the betterment of the nation. Director General Information Public Relations and Language Department KM Durang also addressed the gathering and said that the candidates had cleared one of the first examination through hard work. As they move forward to serve the country in various roles, their responsibilities have increased and their objective should now be work for the greater good of society. On this occasion, the Chief Minister honored candidates by presenting them with copies of the sacred Gita and mementos. Perform perform or face action. The police given May 31 targeting war on drugs from Chandigarh. They are determined to deliver on the Punjab government's promise of a Nasha-free Punjab. The State Director General of Police DGP Gaurav Yadav on Tuesday issued a firm ultimatum to all district police chiefs. Completely eradicate drugs from the states by May 31 or face direct accountability, chairing a high-level meeting with all senior superintendents of police and commissioners of police. DGP Yadav made it clear that responsibility will extend beyond top officers role to include every deputy superintendent of police and station house officer. Detailed district level action plan with set targets and timelines are already in place. After the May 31 deadline, performance reviews will determine postings, compensation and disciplinary actions. Officers delivering results will be publicly honored while underperformances will face strict consequences accompanied by senior officials including Special DGP Internal Security DrRK, ADGP NP, Narcotics Task Force, Nilab Kishore and ADGP Law and Order Naresh Arora, DGP Yadav and they varied over a 3-hour high-level meeting at the Punjab Police Headquarters. The agenda was singular and urgent, make the ongoing anti-drug campaigns foolproof, measurable and real. Accountability will not stop at the top. We are making each officer right down to the SHO responsible for eradicating drugs in their respective areas. If there is any trace of drug availability after May 31, they will be held answerable, said DGP Yadav, asserting a zero tolerance approach. The May 31 deadline is being treated as the cutoff for results-based evaluation. Further, postings and recognition will be decided not by seniority or tenure, but by hard performance data and on ground impact. Every district has been given a target. There will be no second chances officers to there will be no second chances. Officers who meet expectations will be honored and those who fail will not be spared, said DGP Yadav. Emphasizing performance, DGP Yadav clarified that the campaign isn't about chasing arrest numbers but to break drug supply chains and eliminate availability entirely. Officers were directed to trace forward and backward linkages of every NDPS cases to unravel entire drug trafficking networks, he said. He added that Punjab Police is integrating advanced technology with human intelligence to unmask high-profile traffickers who often use virtual numbers, encrypted communication, and cut-out networks to evade law enforcement. The meeting was divided into two segments. In the first part, each Commissioner of Police and SSP presented a detailed review of the action taken so far, including FIR registered, arrest made, and gaps observed. In the second segment, officers shared their plan for a final push to meet the May 31 deadline. Key enforcement strategies include targeted raids, cordon and search operations in drug areas, and special attention to 755 identified during hotspots. DGP others said that these hotspots will continue to be focal points of high frequency operations to ensure denial of drug access. Efforts to root out the drug menace go beyond policing. Punjab Health and Education departments are actually collaborating with the police to tackle the issue holistically, said the DGP Yadav, attending that the government is working to increase de-addiction capacity and ensure seamless reintegration of recovered addicts into society. We cannot fight this battle in isolation. This is a fight that must be fought on social, administration, and community fronts simultaneously. DGP Yadav stated, we urge residents of Punjab to actively report drug-related activities via the Safe Punjab anti-drug helpline. He emphasized that every call is monitored daily and has the attention of the Chief Minister himself. This fight can't be won without the public. We want citizens to be the eyes and ears on the ground. One phone call on dismantle and interchange the chat. Under the Nashiya Youth campaign, Punjab Police had intensified the crackdown from March 1 to April 29, 2025. Police have registered 4,930 FIRs under the NDPC Act and arrested 27,889 drug traffickers, including 1,877 major operators. Besides, the police had recovered 25 kg heroin, 120 opiates, 157 kg opium, 95 kg ganja, 21.89 dark narcotics, tablets or capsules, rupees 8.09 crore drug money. Government working on education system, Prime Minister says. New Delhi education system plays a key role in preparing youth for the country's future. And the government is working on modernizing it, Prime Minister Modi said on Tuesday. Addressing the YUZM Innovation Conclave at Bharat Mantram Fair, Modi asserted that it is crucial that the journey from idea to prototype to product is completed in the shortest time possible. The education system plays a crucial role in this preparation and underscored efforts to modernize India's education system to meet 21st century needs. The introduction of the new national education policy is designed with global education standards in mind. He shared while noting the significant changes it has brought to the Indian education system, underscoring the importance of meeting the goal of develop India within the next 25 years. The Prime Minister said it is crucial that the journey from idea to prototype, the idea to prototype to product is completed in the shortest time possible. We stressed that reducing the distance from lab to market ensure faster delivery of research outcomes to the people, motivates researchers and provides tangible incentives for their work. This accelerates the cycles of research, innovation and value addition, he said. The Prime Minister called for a robust research ecosystem, urging academic institutions, investors and industry in support and guide researchers. The youth today excels not only in research and development, but have become ready, emphasizing the transformative contributions of India's young generation to research across various sectors, he said, citing milestones like the commissioning of the world's longest hyperloop test track, a 422-meter hyperloop development at IIT Madras. In collaboration with India's railways, the Prime Minister lauded groundbreaking achievements such as nanotechnology developed by scientists at the HCSC's, IIT's Bangalore to control light at the nanoscale and brain-on-a-chip technology capable of storing and processing data across 16,000 production states in a molecular film. He further highlighted the development of India's first indigenous MRI machine just weeks ago, putting the scriptures in Sanskrit meaning true life is lived in service and selfless. Modi remarked that science and technology should also serve as mediums for service. He remarked on the development of the national curriculum framework, learning teaching material and new textbooks for classes 1 to 7. The Prime Minister highlighted the creation of AI-based and scalable digital education infrastructure platforms. One nation, one digital education infrastructure in PM Vidya, PM e-Vidya and Diksha platforms, enabling the preparation of textbooks on in over 30 Indian languages and foreign, 7 foreign languages. The national credit framework has made it easier for students to study diverse subjects simultaneously, providing modern education and opening new career paths, he said. He stressed upon the importance of strengthening India's research ecosystem to achieve national goals, highlighting the doubling of gross expenditure on research and development from 60,000 crore rupees in 2013 to 14 to over 1.25 lakh crore rupees. Establishment of state-of-the-art research parks and the creation of research and development cells in nearly 6,000 higher education institutions. We underscored that leading global universities are also opening campuses in India, promote academic exchange, research collaboration, and cross-cultural learning opportunities for Indian students. The trinity of talent, temperament, and technology will transform India's future, stressed the Prime Minister, highlighting initiatives such as Atal Thinking Labs with 10,000 labs already operational and the announcement of 50,000 more in this year budget to provide early exposure to children, he said. Museum is a Sanskrit word meaning conference is a first of its kind strategic conclave convening leaders from government, academia, industry and the innovation ecosystem. The day-long conclave aims to catalyze large-scale private investment in India's innovation system and accelerate research to commercialization pipeline in frontier tech. The conclave will also conclude high-level round tables and panel discussion involving government officials, top industry and academic leadership actions, oriented dialogue on enabling fast-track translation of research into impact tech startup showcase, featuring cutting-edge innovations from across India and the exclusive networking opportunities across sectors to spark collaboration and partnerships. Election Commission to begin voter ID Aadhaar linking. News from New Delhi as the Election Commission works to purify electoral rolls of duplicate entries. Sources in the government asserted on Tuesday that Aadhaar sharing by voters on a voluntary basis as prescribed in the law will remain unaltered. We underline that sharing Aadhaar details with poll authorities is voluntarily under the Election Laws Amendment Act 2021 and it will continue to remain so. The sources also noted that there is no plan to tweak the law or related rules in this regard. They were responding to questions on whether there was a proposal to make Aadhaar sharing compulsory and also whether voters who don't share details will have to explain before poll authorities the reasons for not giving out details. They shared the ground rules will remain unaltered and no provision is proposed to be added to no provision is proposed to be added as if amid a debate on the purity of electoral rolls. The Election Commission had said last month that the updating process at voter list will be strengthened in close coordination with the birth and death registration authorities. Technical consultations between the Unique Identification Authority of India and experts of the EC will begin soon on voter list Aadhaar linkage, it had said, adding though an elector can only vote in the assigned polling booth and nowhere also The pole body has resolved to remove duplicates countrywide and end a decades-long issue within 3 months. Regular updation of the water list shall be strengthened in close coordination with the birth and death registration authorities, the EC had said. According to the prevailing law, no entries in the electoral poll shall be deleted for inability of an individual to furnish or intimate Aadhaar number due to such sufficient cause as may be prescribed. What is wrong with country using spyware against terrorist? Supreme Court says. IUS Sagar arrived in Port Louis Mauritius. Rahul writes to PM for Parliament session on terror attack. Supreme Court rejects bail plea of convicted former IPS officer Sanjeev Bhatt. BJP calls Congress Lashkar-e-Pakistan and reviews controversy. Canada elects in the shadow of Trump. Fighting anemia and malnutrition in Gujarat. The endless war for Kashmir. The intelligence and security lapses at Trump's tariffs trigger global trade turmoil. The consequences of experimenting with yoga. The consequences of experimenting with yoga. Yoga, rooted in deep spiritual, scientific tradition, is increasingly at risk of being diluted by modern hybrid practices that prioritize aesthetics and fitness over inner transformation.